Hey DAM volunteers, this is going to be our volunteer meeting presentation. Since we are trying to avoid large groups, we decided instead of having all 100 of you come and sit in the same room, we're just going to do this volunteer meeting and this video for you. And so if you do have any questions at the end of this, feel free to reach out to us. I'll give you the contact information at the end. But please do watch through this so you're ready to go for this weekend. And I just want to start off by saying you're awesome, and you guys are what makes this race so successful. All the runners in the past have always said, you know, we have just the most amazing volunteers, and so we really appreciate what you guys do for us. And we hope that it's a good experience for you, and I hope you guys realize how important it is for the runners. It really helps them have a great experience and helps them finish their race. So to start off, I'm going to go over the role of the volunteers, and the first thing that we're going to go over is safety. So you are out there to help the runners make it from the start line to the finish line. So some of you will be placed at intersections to direct them across busy roads, or just basically let them know if they need to turn right or left. And so that's one of the roles that some of you will be playing. Support. So we will have aid stations and water stations along the way, and with that you'll be handing out water or Gatorade. You'll be cutting up bananas and oranges, and then also just cheering on the runners as well. And yeah, we already kind of talked about directing them where to go. Please use big hand gestures and make sure and point them in the right direction. If one person goes the wrong way, they tend to act like sheep and just continue to follow them. So make sure you yell loud and point where they need to go, and they should be able to find their way. The last thing is you are a representative of the race, and so as a DAM volunteer, please be super positive, uplifting. We try to not have volunteers looking at their phone while runners are coming up. It kind of just makes it look like you don't care about the runners, and the runners really do need your support. And so, you know, it's totally fine if there's a big gap in between runners. If you need to check your phone, not a big deal. But yeah, just try to be invested in making it a good experience for the runners, and then we should be great. All right. So there are different jobs that you've signed up for as a DAM volunteer. And again, I'm going to say DAM volunteer as many times possible throughout this video, just for fun. But this Friday, September 25th, if you signed up for one of the packet pickup jobs, some of you will be meeting at 7:30 to a certain point, and then we have about 3 different shifts throughout the day. But we will have packet pickup going on from 7:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. And you will need to meet at the zone. The address is listed here, 275 Stationary Place. That's here in Rexburg. And as you're heading out to Walmart on 2nd East, before you get to the Walmart intersection and stoplight, there's a stoplight before that, and you'll take a right there. And our building, or the zone, is located on the back of the building on your left. There's a big purple storage container out there. Look for that, and that's pretty much where our front door is at on that building. At packet pickup, you'll be helping hand out t-shirts, packets, and swag bags. Pretty much if they have any questions there will be staff there to kind of help with that. If you don't know the answer, that's fine. You can just tell them, I don't know, I'm just a volunteer. But if you reach out to this person here, John, at this number, John will be able to help them with any questions that they may have. We do want to avoid giving out misinformation, so if you don't know, that's totally fine. Have them reach out to John. If they want a different size of t-shirt, they can do that on Saturday, but whatever's on that list is what they get. So they do have the chance to do that, switch out their shirt size the next day. If for some reason there's an emergency, contact 911. Super simple, but you don't have to call John if there's an emergency. Just go ahead and call 911. All right. Here's kind of a map of where the zone is at. Again, here's the stoplight for Walmart there. Here's the one before that. So you'll want to take a right here, and then there's a building here on the left, and we're kind of located on the back of that building. All right, the other job that we have here that you guys could have selected was the aid station and course support. This is probably what most of you are signed up for, and the meeting location for that, which is going to be on Saturday, September 26th, so this Saturday, we will be meeting at the BYU Idaho Stadium in the parking lot, so actually kind of on the back side of that stadium. In the parking lot is where we'll be set up. We'll have some tables there, and so that's where you'll need to go. If you get assigned to a water/aid station, there's a few things that you might be doing while you're there. First thing is you're going to help set up. So there's a table, different things to get set up. Filling cups, prepping the food. If there's a whole basket of bananas there, you don't need to cut them all up at once. Wait till you start to get kind of low on the bananas that have been cut, and then cut some more so they don't go bad too early. And then also, if you're handing out the cups to the runners, make sure you yell out what you have in your hand. So you're either going to have water or Noon, which is kind of like Gatorade. So make sure and yell it out so they know what they're getting. Some people are really particular on what they drink during the race, and so make sure that they know what it is, and then make it easy for the runners. Sometimes you might get a whole bunch of runners all at the same time, but most of the time they're pretty spread out. So try to have some cups ready to go and hand them out to them. Now, we are going to have all the volunteers wearing masks. If you are not able to wear a mask, we can find a spot for you where it won't be a problem. But we will have masks there for you. If you have your own, please bring it. But you will need to wear a mask the whole time. And then at these aid stations, we will have you wearing gloves. Whether you're cutting up the food, whether you're filling up the water, whether you're handing it out, or whether you're picking up the cups afterwards and putting them in the garbage can. Basically, we just need everybody to be super safe, wear a mask, wear the gloves, so we don't have any issues there. All right. Intersections, if you get placed at that, there will be 2 people at each intersection, and your van driver will let you know where you're supposed to direct the runners. There should also be a sign there, and then also spray painted arrows on the road. But yeah, just make sure that you're aware of where you need to direct the runners. Now, we don't want you to actually stop traffic. The runners need to yield to the traffic, and basically you're kind of there to help let them know, hey, there's a car coming, stop. And then when the car goes, you can let them know, okay, yeah, it's good to go. But it's up to the runners to definitely watch for traffic. You're there to help them and let them know if it's unsafe to run across the intersection, and then to let them know which direction to go. If you start to run out of anything at your aid station, we are giving plenty of supplies, so hopefully you don't. But if you do, make sure and call John at this number, and we will send somebody out there to replace you guys. Don't wait until you run out. Let us know if you're getting kind of close to running out on stuff, and we'll make sure and get out there and help you guys out. Again, in case of emergency, contact 911. Now, most of the years, I don't really recall any year that we've had to have volunteers contact 911 for an emergency, but just in case, just be ready for that. All right. Here is a map of the course. This year is a little bit different in that the only race that's going to be taking place today or on this Saturday is the full marathon. All the other races have been moved to a virtual race format, and so there won't be as many runners here in this section. Normally there's several hundred runners towards the end of the race, but this year it's just going to be the full marathon. We've got about 85 runners, and so they will be starting here up at the Teton Dam site, and then they kind of wind their way through all these potato fields, through Teton, all the way through Sugar City, and then they end up back down here at the finish line at Smith Park here in Rexburg. And again, you can see along the way we've got these aid stations and water stations. There's porta potties there. If for some reason you're out on the course and you need to use the bathroom, if you're like at one of these intersections, it's fine if you need to go back to an aid station there or down there. It might be like a mile walk, but just be aware that those are available to you guys if you need. Also, make sure to bring out some supplies, and I'll go over that here at the end, but you could be out there for anywhere from 2 to 6 hours. You signed up for a specific shift, so you'll know about the timeline that you're going to be out there, but just make sure that you're prepared to be out there for a few hours. All right. So yeah, just some advice like I was mentioning before. Dress warm. This year especially, normally we hold this race in the first weekend of June, and it's a little brisk in the morning, but then it warms up. This year, where it's in the end of September, who knows, maybe we could have snow. It's not looking like it, but you just never know with the Idaho weather. It's looking like a high of 66 degrees that day and a low of 40, so when you're out there it's probably going to be closer to 40. So make sure dress warm, have lots of layers, wear warm socks, wear a nice beanie or something like that, because you will be cold and I don't want you to be freezing out there for several hours. So most important thing though, you have to be on time, okay? The race really depends on the volunteers, helping the runners, direct them where to go, being super positive. And again, you guys have been the best damn volunteers we could ask for. But the most important thing is that you show up on time. Set multiple alarms on your phone or whatever you need to make sure that you get up early and that you can report to wherever you need to go on time. If you don't show up or you show up late, it kind of messes up our whole timing of getting all the volunteers out there at their specific spots that they signed up for. So please do whatever you need to make sure that you're there on time. If something comes up this week ahead of time and you know that you cannot volunteer, please contact us, let us know. We can hurry and open up your spot that you signed up for. If you know that morning, something comes up and you're sick or, whatever happens, try and call that number that I mentioned before with John, that number, and let him know. That way we can kind of plan around that. The last thing, two more things. If you want to volunteer with your friends, try and arrive together early. So if you all signed up for the same job, make sure that you guys show up at the same time. If you sign up for the same job, but either one of you arrives a little bit late, there's a chance that you might not end up at the same location. So try to be together on time. That'll make it so it's a pretty good chance that you'll be together out on the course. Then the last thing, be happy, cheerful, and loud. Let the runners know you're there to support them and help them accomplish their goal. Again, this race is so awesome to be a part of. Just an immense amount of positivity that you'll feel there. It's an exciting feeling to be a part of this race, to help these runners who have been dedicating their lives the last few months to prepare for this race. And it's a super awesome thing for them to accomplish their goal and you guys get to be a part of that. And so again, I just want to thank you guys for your willingness to volunteer. And the reason we call it the Teton Dam Marathon is to kind of commemorate the volunteers that helped the community when the Teton Dam broke back in 1976. And so we're not necessarily celebrating the dam breaking, obviously, because that was a big tragedy, but we are commemorating the people that volunteered their time to help the community when they were in need. And so back then they had amazing volunteers to help them, and again, it's kind of an example of those people to come out and volunteer and help the runners accomplish their goal and help them when they're in need. So thanks again, and this is the video presentation that we have for you. If you have any questions, again, you can contact that number, or you can email us at recreation@rexburg.org, and we can help you that way as well. We will see you on Friday and Saturday. So again, be on time, make sure and dress warm, and be happy and loud and help the runners. Thanks.